You have to be unbalanced. That's it. Like, you have to be mentally unbalanced. I know so many people want work-life balance. They want to balance everything. I had a call with someone recently and we kind of talked about that a bit, and I kind of told them, like, balance doesn't always work, especially when you're trying to work towards something. Where you focus your energy is where you're going to develop the most. And when you're off balance in any way, it's always going to favor the side that's got the most weight on it, right? Like, that's just how the scales work, right? So if you try to be perfectly balanced, you might be able to accomplish some goals if half of your free time is going to watching Netflix or playing video games and half of your free time is going towards the thing you're working towards. It's nice to have the balance. Like, the idea of balance sounds great. It really does. We crave it when it comes to work-life balance because we tend to not enjoy the work that we do. So we want to make sure that it's balanced, right? And I think that that's why work-life balance is so sold in the corporate world, or something that's sold a lot by companies that are trying to get talent. They want to tell you how balanced they are because they don't want to burn you out, right? They don't want you to not be happy because you're unbalanced. But the truth is that when you're working on things that you really want to work on, it's very easy to be happy and unbalanced. I will tell you firsthand, when I am in the zone, when I am working on something I really want to work on, I will forget to eat, I will forget to sleep, I will work on that thing until it is done because that's all I want to do. I'm not saying it's healthy, it's definitely not balanced, but at the same time, that unbalancedness that I have helps me accelerate in the thing that I am trying to do much faster, because it goes back to growing and building and focusing your energy on one thing or a specific area. I was listening to a podcast recently. I think it was Daniel Priestley,
money and business expert.
That's helped thousands of people start, scale, and grow their own multi-million-pound businesses from scratch.
He's the oversubscribed guy, wrote that book, and he was talking about how so many successful business people will tell you that they weren't very balanced when they were growing their businesses. And they may be more balanced now in the sense of like work-life balance, but they weren't when they were in the thick of it. When they were building the thing, they were completely 100% devoted to making that thing grow. And the thing can be anything. It could be learning how to code. It could be building a business. It could be getting in shape. I'm using different examples here. The thing doesn't matter. The point is that being unbalanced is okay. As long as you are aware that you are being unbalanced, and as long as you know that that is not sustainable. As long as you know that you can only be unbalanced like that for a while, and that you should take breaks, but your breaks shouldn't be balanced. Not when you're trying to get to the goal, not when you're in the grind. If you were telling me that you wanted to learn how to code in a year and get a job, I will tell you that take every moment of your free time for that entire year and go hard. And then listen to your body, listen to your mind. If there's a week that you just feel like, I need to take a break for a few days. Take some time off. You can't sprint the whole time, but you should try to sprint as long as you can. Because the harder you go, the more likely you can get to your goal, and potentially the more quicker you can get to it. And I'm totally fine being unbalanced. I wish that I would have understood how to control it a little bit better. And I wish that I would have paid more attention to this before. Paying attention to it helps me use it to my advantage, as before I would just not realize that I was getting in too deep into something, and then I would go off the deep end. I'd stop talking to people, and my wife would get mad at me because I would lock myself in the room trying to make YouTube videos, or when I was learning how to code. Like, that was a really stressful time for us. We had a newborn and we had a baby on the way. My wife was going through it. I was going through it. She stuck by me and she knew that I can make it happen. But I should have been a little bit more aware that I was so off balance at that time. And I think that that's the key, is to be aware of when that scale is tipping too much or when it's sitting too much on that side. If your scale's tipping, that's okay. If it's completely on this side and it's sitting like that for a while, it's probably time to try to like level it out a little bit. When I was getting into jiu-jitsu, right, my wife and I were dating. I don't even think we were married yet. I think we got married around that time, but we had no kids. We had super easy work schedules and I was completely unbalanced. What was the result? I got my blue belt in like a year, which is insane. That's super fast to get a blue belt because it's what I wanted to do. After that, my balance was out of whack. I got injured. I took time off and I needed to recover more. I wish I would have known a little bit better. I still would have gone hard, but I would have taken a few more breaks. I would have listened to my body more. I wouldn't have just taped up my toes when they were broken. I wouldn't have tried to train through injuries. And I'm starting to realize that I'm not someone who can keep it balanced all the time. And it's something that I am personally trying to work on and I'm trying to acknowledge more. It's hard for me to turn off, but I need to use it to my ability and use it as a superpower and not worry so much about trying to be balanced because everyone tells you that you need to have good work-life balance. I had great work-life balance when I was working my job and I was working 40 hours a week with 3 days off because I was doing 410s. Never took any work home with me. And I was miserable. I was stressed. I was burnt out. And right now I'm working way more and I feel happy and I'm unbalanced. All right. With that said, remember, if you want to make things happen, you got to be a little unbalanced sometimes, and that's okay. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.